narrowing people down. And one day, Tretch came in. Now, this was before he was Tretch. This was before Naughty by Nature hit. Okay. So Tretch came in to read for the part of Q that eventually went to Omar Epps. And when he came in, he had this guy hanging out with him, this young guy. And after Tretch was done, he did a pretty good job. And we said to this young guy, what about you? You want to audition? And he said, yeah, sure. So we said, okay, well, why don't you take the script and, these sides, which are the scenes that they're auditioning on, learn the part and come back. So he came back about a half an hour later, a little skinny guy, and read and did a pretty good job. But something told me that, because there were a lot of people that had auditioned for Bishop that did the obvious thing with it. There was something very obvious about it. But something in what this guy did told me I'd like for him to read for Bishop. So I asked him, man, would you mind staying another half an hour, read this part, and come back? He said, sure, no problem. And he went, and he read it, and he came back, and I asked him his name, and he said, my name is Tupac. And I said, thank you very much, leave your information with us. And when he went out, we knew that he was the guy we were looking for.
Wow, he had that charisma, huh?
He had the charisma, and he had the vulnerability also. He had to find that other side of Bishop that everybody... playing Bishop as a pure psychotic is one thing, but he's a damaged kid,
Yeah.
And you got to play that part too. You got to find that part of it. And a lot of people's instincts didn't take him there, but Tupac did. He found. Well, he was intense, and he was intense. He was committed. Because in between setups, when he wasn't in front of the camera, he would go off in the corner, and he had a little notebook, and he was always writing stuff. That I think was eventually his music. I think he was eventually put together material that would probably wind up on his first album.
Yeah.
But he was just like this intense kid who was a good actor. He hadn't hit as Tupac yet. He was still working with Digital Underground.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had this magnum, no doubt about it. People were drawn to him, and he was great to work with. And we just tried to be as true to what we saw happening as we possibly could when we wrote the script. And I've been surprised that we hit a nerve when we did. It's a lot of people forget that Tupac was a trained actor.
Yeah.
He had trained at the High School of the Performing Arts in Baltimore, I believe. He was in school at the same time as Jada Pinkett.
Wow.
So so he was a trained actor. He came in as a young actor.